Hello and welcome to this instructional video for self-hypnosis to train your inner clock, to calibrate your inner clock. Actually, your inner clock doesn't really need calibrating. We just need to have access to it because a lot of times we are distracted, confused by a lot of external control. For example, we're always setting an alarm clock because we're not trusting that we have an alarm clock that will wake us up at the right time. Now we have to build that trust again, and we can do that in self-hypnosis very easily. And then once you start trusting that you have an inner clock that will guide you, that will guide your timing in life, then yeah, it's very easy to just use that, and then you don't need an alarm clock necessarily. You can always set an alarm clock too, but for example, I almost never wake up with an alarm clock. It's very rare that I use one, and even if I use one, I'm going to set my inner timing so I wake up a little bit before, because I don't really want to hear the sound and my unconscious mind can wake me up. So that's a lot our unconscious mind can do for us. It's actually quite amazing how powerful it is. And that's something we also learn in self-hypnosis. We can study in self-hypnosis the power of the unconscious mind that has such a huge effect in our life. It's guiding our lives anyway. So why not let us be guided by something bigger, by a bigger force, by something that actually gets us where we want to be. And I really believe, well, I trust that life wants the best for us. It wants us to succeed, and it actually wants us to succeed in a better way than we think it's possible. So I think we're aiming too low most of the time. We're trying to get this or that. We're trying to, okay, get a better job, get more money or something, or have some kind of goal, but they're very short-sighted. They will get us possibly something that we like in the short run, but in the long run they may go too short. So I want you to aim higher. I want you to aim at a higher purpose, and the short-term goals will then fall into place as well. But that's a little bit more than I wanted to say here. Let's just keep this an instructional video for you. And for that, to train or to get access to our inner alarm clock, we need a watch or some kind of clock. A lot of instructions say we need a watch that has a hand, like a minute hand and an hour hand. I don't necessarily believe that, because I've also used digital clocks with the numbers. They also work. But I do have a watch here with hands. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the time that it is right now. For example, your time, maybe 10 after 10, whatever it is, 5 after 11. Just note the time. You just note it mentally. And then you get yourself ready for self-hypnosis in some kind of comfortable place. I'm sitting on a meditation cushion. You can do this on a couch too. You can do this on a chair. You could potentially do this in bed as well, as long as you are not in a sleeping position, because I would recommend you keeping sleep and self-hypnosis apart. And self-hypnosis, by the way, is something to learn that is very beneficial for you anyway. So if you do this every day, it can be very beneficial. And so you've noted the time, and now you're going to instruct your unconscious mind what to do in self-hypnosis. It's a very basic instruction and a very basic self-hypnosis, but it's also already very powerful. You will see. So I'm going to tell my unconscious mind before I go into self-hypnosis, I'm going to go in self-hypnosis for 10 minutes. And I would like you, unconscious mind, to wake me after 10 minutes. So I will close my eyes and you will open my eyes and get me out of self-hypnosis after 10 minutes. And then what you do is close your eyes and get comfortable, and just let your unconscious mind take you into self-hypnosis. You don't need to necessarily know how to do that yet. It is something that you're being taught by your unconscious mind. There are also instructions I can give you, but for now it's enough to just enjoy a time for you, enjoy a time where you're quiet, still, and you let your unconscious mind work. Just be conscious that your unconscious mind is working for you. And in those 10 minutes, Your unconscious mind can calibrate your inner timing, can get rid of blockages that are in the way of your inner timing working for you. It can do everything that's necessary to get you to trust your inner powers and your inner clock again. And then you just stay for as long until as your unconscious mind wakes you, right? And then after those 10 minutes, so stay with me, you can open your eyes for now. After those 10 minutes, you just go and check your watch or your clock, and you see how much time has passed. Without judgment, just note the time. If you're 10 minutes over, 2 minutes over, 5 minutes too early, it doesn't matter. Over time, when you repeat this, you will get very accurate. You will see you'll go to the minute, maybe even to the second. I haven't really tried that, but to the minute is definitely possible. So if it was 5:59 and then after 10 minutes it's 6:09, for example, you will get there. And I recommend doing this maybe twice a day in the beginning. You can do it at any time, morning and evening, maybe 10 minutes. You can do it then after a week. You can go to once a day. You can still do it twice a day if you enjoy it. It's very beneficial. It's very good for your body and your mind to relax you anyway. And then there are other things we can learn in self-hypnosis. Of course, this can take us further, but for here, I think it's enough for the next month or so to just work through this until you're comfortable, and you'll notice that your unconscious mind is very accurate. And then you can use this to wake up also in the morning. If you need help with waking up in the morning and want to wake up without an alarm clock, there is an audio I recorded for that. I'll put it in the description. There will be a link taking you to my website where you can sign in and receive the audio for you to listen to, and I'll guide you through a process. It's a very good, very deep and not too long process, about 15 minutes, I think, process that you can use in the evening, for example, before going to sleep and fall asleep with it. And it will then help you wake up without an alarm clock and wake up energized. So I hope these instructions were clear. Watch it again, go with it, and then do it by yourself. Of course, we didn't take the full 10 minutes because I just wanted to give you the instruction to do it yourself. Hence, it's called self-hypnosis. And self-hypnosis is so good. There's meditation and then there's self-hypnosis, and both have their benefits. I do both because in self-hypnosis we're learning to work with suggestions, auto-suggestions, and change work, inner transformations, very directly, while in meditation we're doing that a little bit more indirectly. Both have the same goal in the end. But I think going from two directions, from two sides at it, in the beginning especially, is very, very good. And then you can do all kinds of things like, for example, healing, all kinds of healing types. I healed asthma, I healed allergies, I healed skin conditions. And so these are things that you can use self-hypnosis for example, and other things like acquiring new habits, for example. And so I recommend starting with this. Do this every day for now, and send me some feedback if you like. If you like this, please comment or write to me, and that will really motivate me to do more of this if this is beneficial to you. Oh, by the way, there's more of an instructional video here that you can use to have more of an explanation why we're doing this. So go, if you're interested, and go watch that.